still looks like a teenage bride. Joe's as old as dirt, but don't you fear. He's the credit card connection of the year. Points and miles, the world's his stage. He's got wisdom that don't show his age. Hola mi gente, ven a bailar. Joe Barreto's got rewards to spell. Vuela con milas, toca el cielo también. From Hackensack straight to the Bronx again. He's got the Plymouth, the governor's head.
Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto live from the Credit Card Connection Studios in dank and rainy Hackensack, New Jersey. How you doing, mi gente? Thank you for coming in on this impromptu live. I just got some information this morning that was emailed to me. Actually, before I even got the email, I got to tell you, one of my friends, subscribers, Del Prince, hit me up and he sent me a screenshot that he got an email from Chase. And I wanted to go over that with you guys in case you also got that email and weren't sure of really what it meant, because it was a little convoluted. But before I do that, I just want to go really quick into the chat because I know everybody's working, but I want to thank Mike Newland for being here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Juan. Thank you for being here. Calder's, good afternoon. I appreciate it. Mike, I don't know if they're going to hire more people, but we shall see. Hybrid, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Put on those headphones, Hybrid. Absolutely. Anthony, what happened? I'm going to tell you right now. Matt always has to be first, right, Matt? Absolutely. So it's having to do with your accounts. Davo, what's going on? Don Kim, Wepa, thank you for being here. Driving to Aventura, what's going on? Dem, I appreciate you being here. Gainesville, what's going on? Tariq, how you feeling? Thank you for being here. Johnny, I appreciate you. Kevin, what's going on? Happy Tom, how you doing? Spill the tea. So here's what's happening. I got an email this morning, and I'm guessing a lot of you that have Chase accounts, as it says, it goes redeeming cashback redemption options. So beginning March 27, 2026, you'll no longer be able to redeem for a cashback deposit from your Chase Freedom, Chase Sapphire, or Inc. credit card accounts held by a financial institution other than Chase. You can continue to redeem for a cashback deposit to an eligible Chase account to redeem your rewards in the account statement credit. Okay? Now, it says, don't forget, you can also redeem your points for gift cards, travel, and more at theultimaterewards.com. Here's the thing. I mentioned this months ago. It is happening now. All the bank issuers really want to pigeonhole you into their own ecosystem. That is the bottom line here. They're making it now so that if you had the Chase cashback option, which a lot of people like to take out their ultimate rewards points and cash them out at 1 cent per point, right? It's not like with Amex where, you know, it varies depending on the card you have. With Chase's 1 cent per point. The thing is that now you have to have a Chase checking or savings account where if it's not your primary account, they're going to charge you a monthly fee. For instance, about 6 months ago, I went into Chase because I had inherited my dad's Chase account. I never had my own Chase banking account. And he had me down as his beneficiary. I got his account. I wasn't using it. So then Chase started charging me once it dropped below $5,000 or whatever it was, $1,250 or more a month to maintain a bank account that I wasn't using. Citibank is my primary. So I closed it. So last year, or actually now 2 years, my God, time flies, when I cashed out 250,000 ultimate reward points to put as a deposit for my Tesla, which came out to be $2,500, I was able to transfer that over from Chase in literally one click over to Citibank. And then because that's where my banking is done. And that's where I was going to have them withdraw the money from. So starting now in March, you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to be forced, if you're into the cashback game at Chase, to open up an account with them which is going to cost you unless it's already your primary banking system. So, guys, if you think Chase is going to be the only one that's going to do this, everybody's looking what the other guy's doing and everybody's mimicking what they're doing. And I can bet you that that's going to become commonplace. In a way, I get it as a business, right? If you earn the cash back through me, you should only be able to withdraw it through me. Now, that hasn't been the case, but I guess they're really tightening the screws. They started with nerfing the points, with increasing the spend requirements, with changing things up on us last year. And now this is the other thing that they're adding to, which is really making it just so that you need to pick a side. You need to decide whether or not this ecosystem, Chase in this case, is going to be the one that you want to stick to. The days of having multiple ecosystems now might just cost you, because if you have to open up a separate savings account or a checking account in order to cash out points, if that's what you want to do, it's going to cost you. So imagine having 4 or 5 ecosystems at $15 a month on average for an account. That's $75 a month that you're paying for the privilege of cashing out credit card points at 1 cent per point for the most part. So let's go into the chat to see what people are saying. We have 87 people here so quickly. I thank you for that. Please hit that like button, guys. I wanted to come on today quickly because a lot of people were getting this email, and I want to thank Dell once again for giving me the heads up. And a few minutes later, actually, I was on the phone with him, and I got the same email. So, this is something that I thought was important, because a lot of the guys in this space, if you're not team points and miles, you are cash back. And Chase is a great catch because it's simple to cash out their points. Okay. So let us see. Let me see. Yes, David, it's alive. Work is lit for me. You got it, David. Thank you so much for being here. Stacy, thank you for being here. Dem, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Anna, thank you for being here. You're doing a downgrade. Oops, didn't know you were live. No, Papa. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Sleepy Rod, thanks again. Nothing Chase does will deafen the slurping sound of fanboy love. I hear you, Filmo. You got it. To be expected. The real news today is Bank of America preferred rewards coming in May. Big nerf. Yeah, but if you're a millionaire, what kind of nerf is that? It's going to only nerf a few people. This was going to hurt a lot more people, new again, because a lot of people just, really rely on this. A lot of people use this for cash out purposes. They'll have multiple freedom cards and multiple unlimited cards to just have and cash out. And if now it's going to cost you, especially if you didn't have an account with Chase, it's going to actually take away some of that allure, because you actually have to pay up front to have it. Okay. My crypto lingo, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Chase needs to update. Yes, to 2 times on everything. You would think half a point wouldn't be such a big deal, but yeah. Thank you for being here, my crypto. LG, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Oh, snap lunch with my guy. That's right. Carlos, how you doing? Wepa to you, papi. Happy lunchtime for you here in Dirty Jersey. When I was just on the phone about this, that's what I was just telling you, Del. Thank you so much for the heads up, Del. And as you saw, we were on the phone. I got the email. So thank you, Del. So the cards with the cashback sign-up bonus become less valuable. Yes, Vegas, that is the key. And thank you for putting it so simply. The key is that if you have it for cash back, you might now, if you are team cash back, you might have to look for an ecosystem that's not going to charge you for having their account to cash out those points with. I just think it makes all the sense in the world, because I used to have an account with TD Bank, but because I didn't have a minimum, it wasn't, again, my primary bank. They were charging me $15 a month And I just thought that that was outrageous. Who pays for that nowadays? When a lot of the online banks are free, right? Because you don't have a physical bank to go into. It's not like you're providing me any service. Nobody even writes checks anymore. It's not like I'm writing down checks with them. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Vegas, thank you for breaking it down. Robert Lohman, I don't have Chase and it looks like I won't. Again, I have no Chase bank account like that. None. Um, it's easy to make Chase your checking account fee free. Just need a $1,500 balance. Right. But if it's not my primary, why do I want to sit $1,500 in there for? That's my problem. Yeah. Okay. 100,000 again, new again. I get what you're saying, but a lot of people here, I don't think are rolling in the $100,000 in one account crew. So I get what you're saying, but I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you that, this is going to hurt. The Bank of America one hurts more people than the Chase one because we're talking about credit card points. All right. And people that use them for that specific cash out reason. So Angel, how you doing, Angel? Thank you for being here, papi. Que Dios te cuide. It's been a minute. Thank you for being here, Angel. Hope all is well. Finally, a Wepa Tuesday. Thank you so much. Happy time for the super chat. I appreciate it. Or actually, a Wepa Wednesday. That's right. Thank you so much. Wepa to you. I knew that's what you meant, Angel. Thank you for being here. Maybe people finally see the light and realize that points and miles are glorious. Source King, you would think that would be the case, Source King, but you know how it is. People are entrenched. You have people that are strictly cash back, and I respect the hell out of that because if you think about it, the cashback cards really don't cost you the $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 that we're paying for cards. So there is a space for that, If that is no longer an option, no point of having it. I hear you. Absolutely, Anna. Quadrant, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So Quadrant, again, it's just that Chase is now making it that you need to have an account with them starting March 27th in order to cash out points with them. Whereas before, I was able to cash them out easily, moving it over, just doing a transfer that would take a day or two sometimes to my Citibank account to cash out those points. They want people to stay in their ecosystem. And I get it. It makes sense as a business for people to do that. But if you wanted the flexibility of being able to transfer to your primary banking account, that maybe it's not Chase, it could be Wells, it could be Bank of America, it could be Citi, it could be whatever. Now you're losing that option as of March 27th. Because as you see, really, it's just funny where they say, don't forget, you could redeem your points for gift cards, travel, and more. So they're telling you straight up, look, if this doesn't work for you, you could still get some gift cards and get really crappy value for it. So they know what they're doing, but they're trying to snow you over and comfort you by saying, by the way, though, if this doesn't work, don't let us go. Hold on to that because you can use it for gift cards. That's just crazy and whack to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you. It's a scam. Del, you are not kidding. People here at least have more than 100,000. I'm glad you do, puppy. I wonder how often folks cashed out points to non-Chase. A lot. I did. That's how I got my car. This point, running with Schwab and Fidelity seems to be the best options. That's what I'm saying. You might want to get a bank that does that. We were talking about that last night on the live. Schwab is a great debit card to have where you don't get charged the ATM fees worldwide, right? Can you cash out points from your personal card to a Chase business checking account? I'm imagining you can, because if you have the Chase business cards as a part of your setup, right, that you can earn those same ultimate rewards points. Yeah, that should be no problem. So as long as you have an account with them, they just don't want it leaving them. Happy Saturday, right? That's right, Steph. How you doing? It's always Saturday. You know that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. There's no such thing as getting bad news if we're getting Joe live on a Wednesday. Just saying, wepa. Thank you so much, Michael. MJ Tastic in La Casa. MJ, did you get anybody, hitting you up last night after the live? Again, guys, if you're new to this, MJ is single and ready to mingle. What banks do you guys trust? I don't know if you trust any bank. I'm just saying, I think the one that you're most comfortable with, and I rock with Citi because I've been with them forever. But are they perfect? Hell no. Are they always going to do something that's kind of slimy and crazy? Yes. That is the nature of this space, right? They can do as they want to do. We've said this before. Credit card points and miles, and now you can see how they can actually something as simple as cashing out points has become a little bit more difficult because there's going to be a price tag attached to that if it's not already in your ecosystem. You know, I agree. Chase Nerf definitely attracts more people, affects more people. Oh no, 100%. I agree. New again, absolutely. Um, yeah. So if they do name in cards, so that's what I'm saying. If you have an account with them, that should not be an issue whatsoever. How can you earn cash points with those cards and you have a business account with them? They can't charge you for that, right? So that should be a no-brainer. So thank you, Juan, for that. Yes, business ones should go. Let's get promiscuous with these banks. Juan Miamix, thank you for being here. I love it. At least it's better than Amex cashback only being as a statement credit. Well, you could cash out. That's true. You could cash out if you have an Amex account and get the 1 cent per point with the platinum card, or with the Morgan Stanley card, you can cash out at 1 cent per point, and with the Charles Schwab 1.1 on him. Still better than Amex. Frosty, how you doing? Yeah, and that's the thing. The cashing out with Amex at 0.6 is borderline ridiculous. For that, get yourself a gift card. Honestly, that's just whack on every single level. We have 117 people here, mi gente. Hit that like button. I appreciate you being here during lunch. All right. I just wanted to give you this news today. Remember, one of my locks for 2026 was banks coming for cashback program. People call me crazy. I'm crazy, but not. They just did it, New again. They just did it. I have a mini sub with US Bank from a credit card, but I don't have a checking account, so I can't cash out the points. That's the issue. Attack of the nerds. I love it. I love it. I thought this was always the case. When I first got into the credit card game about 2 years ago, I was told this info. So I made a Chase bank account for that possibility and the welcome offer. Again, if you have a Chase account, it doesn't affect you. It hit me because last year I did use it. I cashed out a crap ton of points, 250,000 ultimate rewards points to be able to put a deposit down for my car. All right. But I was able to transfer that over to Citibank. Now, as of March 27th, you can't. So is it going to hurt the people that have accounts with Chase? No. But if a lot of people, as I see here, don't have a Chase account, you have credit card accounts with them, but not a banking account, that's going to be an issue. Okay. Pranav, how you doing? Wepa Wednesday. Pranav, thank you for being here. I hope you got the information I gave you on the Sacramento trip. I texted you while you were live. No, absolutely. No, thank you for that, Jesse. Jesse was mentioning how difficult it's easy to use the Chase dining credit, the credits for dining, but you really need to be in an area that really caters to that. And he also said, and I'll read this out right now because it kind of does tie in. You didn't book a reservation. It's a great credit when you have something available, but unless you're in New York City or a major U.S. city, otherwise it's useless. Automatically deducted, no needing to call or anything. Similar to the travel credit, it just works. So that's good. Knowing that dining credit does work for Chase, that's great because we need some good news from Chase because Chase has been, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Que lo que, Choco? How you doing? It's Wednesday, Papa. I couldn't sleep last night, so I figured let me just do this today. LOL has a new yes, I do have. There's a new dating channel here. Any business today, you have to be willing to shop around. 100%. Absolutely, Vegas. I use mainly Chase and Citi with the USB Cash and Discover on the side. The only issues I don't like are Wells and Amex. Frosty, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel you. And the reason I have Amex, I have the Amex business checking account because they're the only ones, or maybe there's others out there, but you don't really need to have a ton of money in it. And they give you some minuscule interest rate, but there's no annual fee. There's no monthly fee charges on it. So that I like, and I keep that separate. But my main personal account where everything else gets deposited into is with Citibank. To be 100% transparent, I've never had an issue with Citi banking in terms of a checking or a savings account with them. Never have. Now, that's not to say that their customer service for credit cards and stuff have been wonky the past couple of years. Yeah, they're a lot better now with the City Strata Elite having their own customer service number, which is fire. They pick it up right away. But I see what you're saying. Wells and Amex, yeah, especially Wells, they're getting it together, but every bank has had their issues. Not yet, but the week is still young. Yo, I'm telling you, everybody, again, hit up MJ at mjpapichulo.com. Getting a Chase account puts a different spin on household income. Yes, 100%, Bill. Thank you for that, Bill. I appreciate that. I'm doing well, sir. Hope the day is treating everyone well. Frosty, I appreciate you, man, for being here, honestly. Chase hasn't put a ring on my finger, so no problem looking to other banks for my cashback needs. Wells is a strong card. If you like cashback, I said it. The Active Cash and the Wells Fargo Autograph are monsters at 3 times back on a lot. The Autograph on 3 times and the Active Cash on 2 times. You can make a killing on cashback with Wells. Can you still redeem to Chase Savings? Good account. Only $300 minimum to avoid the fee and fast transfers. David, they set an account. They weren't specific as to checking or savings. If you have an account with them, you should be good. I don't have any. I inherited my dad's checking account. And then I closed it because it was useless to keep sending them. At that point, I think it was $12.50 a month for something that I wasn't using, right? But there are people that have multiple accounts because they keep one for business, they keep one for personal, one for their kids, one because they had a mortgage with them, whatever. But if you have a savings account, it's something at least that you could put the money into and then take out of. So that should qualify. It would just make common sense for it to qualify. Let me just preface it with that. So thank you, David. Yes, Dell, I got my Tesla last year. Saeed, it's how you can cash out the points at Chase. You need to have a Chase account starting March 27th. So if you don't, like they said in their email, you can buy gift cards and the like, which is ridiculous. So good afternoon, Memphis Mike. How you doing? Thank you for being here, Mike. Hope all is well. Mr. Z, I'm glad I got blacklisted from Chase a long time ago. I would have cheated on them by now, but they're doing too much. Mr. Z, here's to bank cheaters. I give it to you, puppy. Hope all is well, Mr. Z. Guys, hit that like button, please. I would appreciate it for an afternoon live to get a number of likes. I appreciate that. These banks want more breakage on redemptions, 100%. Does this affect Amazon credit cards, DoorDash credit, and Instacart? It's cashback cards. It's going to be cards where you can redeem for cashback or points. Remember, with Chase, if you don't have a Sapphire preferred or Sapphire, the Ink preferred, you can't, or the reserve, you can't cash them out as points. They're cash back, basically. But if you have them, you could transfer them as points. So, no, it doesn't affect the Amazon because you're not going to get those as cash back. Just getting here. What's up from sunny? Wow, New Mexico. Damn, enjoy, Boxer. Enjoy. Can't transfer any more out cash points from Chase to another account like Citi or Wells or Bank of America beginning March 27th, Boxer. I like Citi too. I'm telling you, closing your Wells account. I used the Chase Dining credit. It was super easy to use without having to do any reservations. It did take a while for it to reflect on my account, but it did come for this half of the year. Thank you for sharing that, Angel. I appreciate that. Wonder if this restriction applies to the Amazon Prime. Remember, Amazon Prime, I cash it out back into statement credit. So, I don't use it any other way, and it just goes back into whatever I'm going to buy from Amazon. That's how I use it. So Citi is getting better, but will it last is yet to remain seen. I hear you. What's up, Stinky Monkey Baby? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Citibank still allows you to deposit your thank you points as cash back to any external deposit account. That's the difference. You could play with that amongst different accounts, especially if you're earning on these credit cards, but your primary one to pay bills and to use for other things is somewhere else. That was what was great. The flexibility is now being taken away, and they're forcing you to stay in their ecosystem. Is this something that other banks will do? Can you see Citibank saying, okay, you have 1 million thank you points. Will now you need to cash them out using our portal? I can see that. I really can't. I could see anyone doing that because it's gonna make you pick that side. And we've been talking about this for the past 6 months, exactly, and saying how they really just want to clamp down and make it more difficult for you to have multiple ecosystems and your hand in a lot of different cookie jars. That's why a lot of these things they're mimicking each other. Think about again, I go back to Chase and Amex. Amex rolls something out, Chase picks up on it. You think that Whoop bracelet, whatever it is, that's a shot at the aura ring from Amex, right? Think about it. Their specialty dining credits from Chase was from Resi from Amex. Again, those are things that a lot of people, a lot of bank issuers are copying from each other. Transferred from my rewards to my Chase savings, no problems. Thank you for that, Saeed. It goes into effect the 27th of March, Saeed. Chase saving account is at what rate? Yes, it's like I think, you pay them to do it. I missed your lives. Need to get up. Yo, thank you, New again. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I really do. Your support really means a lot to me, New again. Thank you. Really not a big deal in the long run. Create a Chase account, cash out the points to Chase, and then sell it to yourself or whatever bank you want. Yeah, but creating a Chase account is going to cost you monthly unless you meet their minimum threshold. That's my issue. And not a lot of us look, for those of us that have multiple cash accounts, right? Banking accounts, especially if you're a sub hunter, those that love to sub hunt, you guys know this as well as I do. You meet the spend, you open the account, you meet the spend, you let it rock there for 90 days, and then you shut it down and try to do it again. That is my point. So if Chase is not who you rock with, that's a problem. Pranav, it was just how you can cash out their points. They won't let you cash out their points to, like, let's say Citibank and transfer them as cash. So it's almost as if you were doing a cash transfer. They won't, you could still do cash transfers if it was your only cash, but they won't let you use it if it came from the points you earned or the cash back you earned on that account. M Hot, what's going on? I opened a Chase checking account before I opened the CFU relationship bank. I wanted a better Chase. Yes, I agree. We always said if you have a relationship with a bank, it makes things easier and better for you to do. It just does 100%. So that's what they want. That relationship banking. Well put, M Hot. I appreciate that. Time to open up a Chase account. They have some nice bank. That's what it is. The bank bonuses is the thing. Woodsy, how you doing, Woodsy? Yes, Papa. Yes, once again, it's the update on Chase not allowing you after March 27th, so a little bit over a month from now. If you're using their cards for cash back, you could cash them out within their own Chase checking and savings account, but not into another ecosystem like Citi, Wells, Amex, Bank of America, and so on. I'm considering putting 500 in Bass Bank AA savings account to keep AA balance active and cancel a product change. My AA, yes. Again, those relationships helps. So the theme for Chase before March 27th, go on, take the money and run. Run, Forrest, run. Yes, Vegas. So well put. Do we think they'll let you redeem as a statement credit? And well, they didn't even mention that. Again, this is exactly, they're telling you, you can only deposit to an eligible U.S. Chase account or redeem your rewards as an account statement. That you can. Okay. But don't forget, you can also redeem for points, your points for gift cards, travel, and more. So, yes, you could put it as an account statement, but how many people actually do that? It's not going to give you the flexibility that if, let's say, you wanted to purchase something and you didn't use Chase as your account, now you're going to have to. That's the issue. So Can you still transfer to your points? Yeah, you can still cash instead of if you have one of the Chase Sapphire preferred, reserve, or ink preferred, you can. Problem with City, if you don't have a custom cash or City double cash, you only get 0.7 or zero point 0.8 cents per point. I hear you. Flubber Ghosted, how you doing? Thank you for being here. If these banks keep playing games, I'm going full cash back, 5%ing all the things. That's what RJ does. RJ Financial does that. That's right, Flubber Ghosted. Thank you for being here. Chase's deposit rates are horrible. The rate, oh my God, they're terrible. As someone with the free Chase Premier Plus checking, I could still see the cash back as 5%. Alex, because you have it. That's wonderful, Papi. Thank you for sharing that. Robert, does Chase have an exemption if you have direct deposit? You do get your monthly fee waived if you have direct deposit with them, but it has to be a certain amount. I don't know if it's 1,500 or 2,000. Yes, has monthly fees on checking, need direct deposit or monthly minimum. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Papi. I appreciate that. On another note, can we talk about how Capital One is now forgotten? Everyone has been talking about Chase. They're not forgotten. They're still there. Trust me, because people have been hitting me up on the side that they went and got a new car and were wondering why they got 3 inquiries because it wasn't a credit card. Yo, Capital One is merciless when it comes to inquiries. If you go to get a car and you're financing it, and let's say you go to Mazda and you have them run to see what the best rates are, Capital One will bang you over the head 3 times, even if you don't accept their loan. Kid you not. 3 inquiries. And it sits there for 2 years. Just a heads up, guys. Hola, Nate. How you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Thank you for being here, Nate. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, please. We have over 150 people here. It'd be nice to hit 100 likes by the end of the day. I also like to say I don't go crazy with bank bonuses because they'll change the rules and it'll be 1 bonus per lifetime. 100%. Background, what's going on? Thank you. A spontaneous life, Papi. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Call me Lonnie. Thank you for being here, Lonnie. Yes, it is an early live, Lonnie. It's all about Chase and them kind of nerfing their cash out option for points, for cash back into their own accounts. You can't transfer them anymore to another account to use them beginning March 27th. If you're using your points for cash back, then cash to your account, waiting to clear. But that's the problem. They're not letting you transfer that cash, Woodsy. That's the issue. So where I was able to transfer points that I got from my Ultimate Rewards as cash back for 1 cent per point, and I said, okay, transfer that as cash to City. They're not letting that happen. Even if you let it, so you still need a Chase account. Then you could do it. If you put it into your Chase account, have it as cash, you could send it wherever the hell you want. The issue is the initial transfer of cash back. I didn't need a Chase account to do it. So that's what's different here. Ritba, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Chase banking accounts make 0 interest. After sub, they are worthless. 100%. We need your Chase checking referral, Joe. There is none, Antonio. There are none. How you doing, Papi? Thank you. Ripa, they are worthless, and that's one of the reasons why I got rid of it. RJ does a lot of bank bonuses, 100%. He's all cash back. 150 people on an afternoon is fire. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. It is. It's the most I've ever had in an afternoon live, or at 154 right now. Wepa, we having lunch today. What's up, DJ Bruce Wayne? Hope the family's doing well, Papa. My love to the fam. I can send my Chase checking referral link. Put it up there. I don't care. Chatting, how you doing? People need to accept these banks are a business. This is a way to force you into a new product, thus buffing their customer account. 100%. They want to stack and pack. You know how we like to say, stack that referral, stack this bonus, stack this. They're doing that to themselves. They're stacking and stacking. They lure you in with the let's say the Freedom Flex. Then you change that to a preferred. Now you got the reserve. Then you have other ink cards. Now you're like, wow, I got all these Ultimate Rewards points. I can cash out at 1 cent per point. But now you need to open up an account. And we're going to charge you for that unless you meet the minimum spend or unless you have direct deposit. So they're not stupid. Thank you, chat, and I appreciate that. Cash back, 100%. That's right. Alex, I do wonder if the statement credit will devalue. For those that don't know, military get the Premier Plus for free. Thank you for sharing that, Alex. So if you are in the military, you can get their checking account from Chase for free. Thank you for that, Alex. I appreciate that. Open table dining closest to me is an hour and 20 minutes away. Stacy, you are preaching to the choir, my love. That's what I'm into right now. Capital One, DJ Bruce May, me and you are in the same boat, puppy. No, no, no. What's going on, James? How you doing, puppy? Thank you for being here today. Thank you, Papa. I appreciate you as always. Hope you're feeling well there, James. I will only get a car loan with Chase, DCU, or Penn Fed. I got my car note with Bank of America. They've been great. It's easy. It's an easy bank to deal with. James, what's going on? Hey, Joe, just want to say hi before I go back to sleep. It's 2:30 a.m. and I'm in Asia. I might just go all cash back if it comes to that. James, you know what, James? Wepa to you, James. Thank you for being up at 2:30 in the morning in Asia. God bless you. And Happy New Year, my friend. Thank you for being here, James. I appreciate that. We're still in the morning on the best coast. No, no, right here. The best coast is 136. Just saying, background. As long as you keep your money with Chase, you will be broke for the rest of your life. I love it. People will never want to admit that Chase is one of the worst banks to bank with. Shortly starting to migrate my business account to Wells. Wepa. No fees for veterans. DJ 0924, thank you for being here. No fees for veterans, as it should be, because that is about the only break they get. Thank you for that, DJ. I appreciate you. Some executive will most likely get a bonus with more bank accounts. Oh, you are not kidding. You know how that is. Let me see. Anthony just hit me up. Anthony, hit me up with the link, Papa, because God knows I don't have a referral. Anthony has one. Anthony, put it up. This is the referral. Couldn't find it in my app. Use an old one. Add your link to the pin comment after. Papi, put it up. Anthony, you know me. I don't care. I keep a Chase checking account because I can move money around quick and easy. There are a billion ATMs around, but this news is still irritating. Haha. Yes, Flubber. What's going on, Nemo? How you doing, Papi? Thank you for being here. How do I get rid of a car loan inquiry on my credit report that I never use? I tried. It is an inquiry, and I tried it because of Capital One. They nailed me in April of 2024, and right now it should drop off next another month and a half or so. So, thank you and Happy New Year. Back to bed. Good night, James. I don't know what bank anybody majority trusts is. Whatever works best for you, whatever relationship you have best out there. To be honest with you, I think that's how you should look at this. If you have here's a reality. Credit unions are fire. If you have a credit union you trust, your bank loans your loans will be less, your car loans will be less, different things of that nature will be less. And it's easy to get to. Now, they're not as widely available. Their customer service hours are shorter, but it's regional to you and close to you. It's your best bet. Other than that, smaller regional banks might be a good thing. TD is great because they're even open on Sundays. But even TD, I had to cancel because they started charging for accounts if you didn't have a certain amount with them. And I don't want to have, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000. It's crazy. I want it simple at this point. 164 people so far, mi gente. Hit that like, guys. Let's hit this hard. We need a poll. Do a poll, bro. Bigger, what's going on? Chase interest on savings. Bigger because there is really no interest. It's like you're paying them to have your money there, Bigger. So thank you for being here, Bigger. I appreciate you. MJ, thanks, Joe. I didn't realize American Express offered a free business checking account. I'm going to move mine over. This is why I love your lives, always learning something new. My pleasure, MJ, and thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to do that, puppy. I appreciate it. That Amex checking account is great. It actually gives you 1 point something interest. Still better than Chase. I'm not even kidding. And it's really easy to set up. So I do thank you. And thank you for the super chat. And again, anybody out there, hit up MJ. All right. SJDP saying what's fire, what's going on background. My company has a credit union. I would use it all day, any day. I'm telling you right now. SJ in la casa. Crystal Cove, what's going on? Yeah, finally got something. Okay, good, because I have a $900 checking and savings offer from Chase. That's the key, Crystal. You see, I had no idea that's how this worked. I thank you guys for that. SJDP, by the way, thank you for the 5 memberships. My goodness. Thank you guys that SJ saw you in the Discord. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for what you bring to the community. I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. And Crystal, yes, it's about time that the veterans get something, because all you do is get shafted on a regular basis and crapped on. This at least is something. Hit that checking and savings offer from Chase, my love. Go get them, Crystal. Amex for life. Hassan, what's going on? I love that avatar. That is fire. Amex, that I gotta say, for that account, yes, it is. I have the personal Amex checking at 1.3 on business. Yo, I'm telling you, the business account is great. Again, never had an issue with them. Easy to transfer money from, easy to look up. They actually fixed their app because they used to have a stupid separate Amex Blueprint app that you used, and that was always trash. It always crashed. Now they have the actual checking account for your business where you look at your other credit cards, which only made sense. So there's that. But guys, if you have any questions, any concerns, anything you want to talk about, hit me up. I want to thank all 160 something of you guys that were here today. If there's anything you have a question about or not sure of, let me know. I also want to thank Happy Tom for the super chat today. Happy Tom, thank you for being here as always. Michael MJ Tastic, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Michael, I want to see also if you got that lion card. What did you finally get? SJDP, thank you so much again for the memberships. I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you guys. Let me see here. Lamont Bedell, how you doing? Credit unions are really where it's at. You can be a shark if you have a good credit and get high limits like the millionaires do with the big banks. Yes, Lamont, you put it like pretty easily out there. You're right. If you have, my father loved credit unions. Seriously, just loved them because it was easy when you worked. The money went in, the money worked for you. You earned interest. Car loans were easy. You knew what you were going to get up front without having to go to some dealer that you didn't know what the hell they were doing running your numbers. That is fact. Thank you for that, Lamont, and I thank you for being here. Guys, if you're not a member of the channel, consider joining the channel. Memberships have been thrown out here today. If you did join, check the channel page on YouTube. The link to the Discord is there. I appreciate that. I'm adding my Chase checking referral to the Discord. That's how you do it, Dill. That's why I have it there, so you guys can really share stuff like that. Absolutely. Real question, would you rather fight 100,000 ducks or one velociraptor? Oof. 100,000 ducks. Because I could probably outrun them for a while and, you know, do some damage, some feathers flying. The velociraptor, I'm done. Yo, there's a lot to eat here. Right, background? I'm going to open an account with my credit union. Dell, you should have done that, Papi. Do it, Dell. Do it. Is this a bonus live stream? Yes, it is, Travel Fan. If you got Chase cash back in your account, use it before the 27th to transfer it to another account out there. If not, Chase wants you to open one on your own with them so that you can cash it out there. Okay? If not, they want you to use it as a statement credit or buy gift cards, as they say, or use it for travel. So, Travel Fan, literally, you have until March 27th. I told everybody early in the live, I cashed out Chase points in 2024, 250,000, which is worth $2,500, and I immediately just sent it over to Citi. You won't be able to do that after March 27th. Gonna rinse the deep conditioner out. See y'all later. Oh my God. Crystal, you're the best. I love you. Thank you for the super chat, my love. Let me know when you apply for that Chase account, sweetheart, okay? Let me know how that goes for you. Again, I thank you, Crystal, for your decades of service, my love. Thank you, as always, for being here and for being so supportive of me and everyone else in this community. I love you, Crystal. God bless you, my love. I'm almost done getting it designed with them, Joe. I'm very excited about it, and I'll keep you updated once I get it. Please let me do. Roast duck, that's messed up. Background, I never had duck. I don't know why, but never had duck. Hybrid vortex, don't start. 100 Barreto, Joe Barretos versus 100. That's it. It'll be like me. I'll be like, I'm gonna be like the guys in the Coliseum back in the day. I'll be fighting off all these checking accounts. You are hilarious, Anthony. God, I love you. 100,000 ducks because it's duck season. As bucks. Rabbit season, duck season. 100% Vegas. Wonder what the next big move will be. If I had to predict, it's going to be somebody else, another bank saying, hey, this is what you could do with our bank, but you got to keep all the business here. I'm not kidding. Chase just threw down the gauntlet, and trust me, all the other issuers are looking, because here's the thing. If it's going to work with Chase, Citi's going to say, hey, it's going to work with us. And Amex is going to say it's going to work with us. Just think about how Capital One 2 months ago was the first to come out with a $10,000 spend requirement for 100,000 Capital One miles. And then they lowered it because that was astronomical. And what did Amex do? Just up the ante to $12,000. That's insane. $12,000 is insane. But they watch what each other does. Okay. I bank with my credit union since my dad opened an account as an employee of Eastern Airlines. Oh my God. That's going back. God bless Juan. Vegas Hawk, absolutely fire. Yankee Man, live on a Wednesday afternoon. Pleasant surprise being in Thailand. Cheers. Yankee Man, wepa to you in Thailand. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. That's so freaking cool. You made my day, Yankee Man. Thank you. I just literally got the email from E-Trade for the brokerage account. Now it's time to fund it. That's how you do it. We were talking about the E-Trade accounts last night on the live. Get yourself that E-Trade account. Put $100, then get the Morgan Stanley American Express Platinum card, because it's the only one that gives you a free authorized user, which is $195. And it gives you the ability to cash out the points at 1 cent per point. Not as good as the 1.1 from Charles Schwab, but still better than the 0.6 from the Vanilla Platinum. Go to Woohoo in Chinatown and get duck. Oh my God, I can't. It's just too much of a gamey. Joe hasn't had roast duck yet, bro. If you ever come to the Bay Area, dinner on me, we'll have roast duck. I don't know. I heard it's gamey. Bigger, I think Chase goes up on the fee for the Sapphire Preferred. Yeah, actually, bigger. I think I did a video back in late December, January, where in April, and it wouldn't be, look at how the timing is. We're in February now, and they're raising this now, right? They're nerfing this. Look at the timing. I said March into April, they were going to have changes on the preferred, because it's still too much of a big gap between the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Preferred. There's too much of a gap. There's a $700 gap. The preferred will go up. What will they add? DoorDash credit, Lyft credit, maybe a $25 credit that you could use every 6 months for something. That's what it's going to be. Nothing else in terms of benefits that are really going to matter. But you're right, Bigger. Also hope I'm wrong, but thinking next move will be points redemptions for transfers will be worth more depending on what tier card you have. I could see that. If a Chase executive gets paid because of other banks, will follow. Yes. Joe, I've had an E-Trade account for 6 years. Should I do it? 100%. Get that second Morgan Stanley card. Give it to your beautiful girlfriend. She will love you more, and then you'll be fine. All right, Del? That's what you got to do, Del. Rabbit season, duck season. Don't start, Crystal. I love you. Big A. So you'll need a Chase account to cash out the points, similar to the way Wells Fargo works. The cash out is still going to be 1 cent per point. No, it's still 1 cent per point for now. You never know, because look, Citi did that to their card last year. Citi used to be 1 cent per point. Then they nerfed that, right? So travel fan, this is one of those things where I wish I knew it all. I had that crystal ball and can just go, yeah, but It just isn't, you know. So I wish that's what it was, but right now it's still 1 cent per point. So I caught up to the chat. Mi gente, going on almost an hour here. Anybody have any closing questions, any comments? Let me know. Another Amex Platinum. Absolutely. Get it. Get it while it's hot. I might go to the SAC meetup on Saturday just to make sure. Yo, come through, background. Don't talk ish if you're not going to be there. Come through. I want to meet you, puppy. All right. So the TLDR, you'll need a Chase account to get your cash out. Yes. Anything else? No, just that they're not letting you transfer them after the 27th of March. That's basically what the issue is going to be. And they're going to charge you to have a checking account if you don't have one with them already, unless you have a minimum spend requirement, minimum deposit that they meet on it. But this is what's going to happen. It's not going to be as easy. It was really easy to cash them out and transfer them out, but they want you to work their system. So that's what's up right now, QC. No, the Morgan Stanley fee is $8.95, puppy, but it's only 8,000 spend as opposed to 12,000 spend for the other platinum card. So there's that. Yeah, you're not going to get the high as whatever 150,000 or 175, but still a solid 80 at the 8,000. Okay. So mi gente, I will leave you. I will see you. Wait. Consejos para un novato es en esto, Joe. Just post and grow. Yes. Thank you so much, Alex. Absolutely. God bless you. Thank you, Alex, for being here today, actually. Kevin from Duval, thank you for being a channel member. Most banks are already doing this. Capital One will let you cash out even to a Capital One checking account. Has to be a statement credit. Same with Amex Blue Cash cards, Wells Fargo, and USB too. So, but with Amex, it depends on the card, and then you'll get the statement credits. And they're clear on that when you sign up. That I think is key. And I'm thanking you, Kevin, for bringing that up. If you notice, when you apply for the Amex Blue Cash cards, it says you will receive this, and this as a statement credit. So you already know going in, that's how their cash back is going to work. But with the higher tier cards, the cash out option was always available. And that's why a lot of people like the Charles Schwab, because it's 1.1, right? As opposed to the 0.6 on the regular platinum card. But thank you for that, Kevin. I appreciate you. Thank you, James. Thank you, James V. Superman en la casa. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, mi gente, as always, I thank you. Make sure you hit that like before you sign off. Thank you for having lunch with me. Or if you're on the West Coast, thank you for having late breakfast with me. God bless you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I appreciate you so much. I thank you for your time. But more than anything else, mi gente, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. I don't take that lightly, mi gente. Take care. Wait, one more question. To be fair to Chase and many of the banks, their points can also be transferred out. U.S. Bank Altitude are only good for cash back. Thank you, background. I will see you in Sacramento. Peace out, mi gente. Take care.